Hello Golden Shoppers, welcome once again to my channel. This is Sir Job and welcome to Sir Job TV. So our topic for this morning is all about what is social forces, social map, and sociological imagination. This is my vlog number 24. So if we define social forces in sociology, it focuses on the ubiquity or the everywhereness of social forces in unlikely forms. Example in sex, gender, religion, social class, race, ethnicity, sexual orientation, and the like. Social forces represent constellation of unseen yet powerful forces influencing the behavior of individuals and institutions. So highlight natin dito sa ating statement yung sinasabi na constellation of unseen yet powerful forces. Meaning to say, when we speak of social forces, these are forces that cannot be seen by our naked eyes. So nandito sila sa ating paligid, nakapalibot sila, but we cannot see them. We cannot observe them immediately. In the sense, social forces can be interpreted as any human created way of doing things that influence pressure or force to behave, interact with others, and think in a certain ways. Social forces are considered remote and impersonal because mostly people have no hand in creating them, nor do they know anyone who do or did. So, highlight natin dito yung statement na considered remote and impersonal because mostly people have no hand in creating them. So meaning to say, these are inevitable. When we speak of inevitable, meaning to say we cannot control. Nangyayari, it's normal in the society na nangyayari, may social forces na nakapalibot sa ating existence. So we have no control for the social forces. Okay? So people can embrace social forces. So it's up to you because as the statement said, people can embrace social forces, be swept along and bypass them, and most importantly, challenge them. So, ang ganda ng line, if you have to understand, highlight natin dito yung sinasabi na embrace social forces. It's up to you if you will have to embrace the social forces or how are you going to deal with the social forces. Be swept along and bypass them, or you have the option also to ignore these particular things. If how people describes you, if how people defines you, it's up to you if you are going to ignore them or you will be affected by the people or how the people define you at the very first place. So it's up to you as a person. And most importantly, challenge them. So meaning to say, you have also the option in making yourself better than what was your version long time ago. Like for example, if you think that, oh, they defined you in this particular level, so as your approach, you will not have to create something negative towards what they have done in your life. So meaning to say, okay, I have to achieve or I have to accomplish things na hindi ko pa nagawa before, and then I'll show to them that I could be able to do this in that particular way. So you challenge the what? You challenge the definition of the society towards you in that particular manner. Social forces are normally in the guise of rules, written or unwritten, norms, and expectations. Thus, the way we live our lives, or should we say, the way we are being steered to live our lives, presupposes omnipotent forces shaping the very fabric of our existence. So, kagaya ng sinabi ko sa previous vlog, it depends upon you if how you are going to deal with yourself in the interaction. Okay? It's a choice. It's a decision to make because again, social forces is surrounding us. Okay? Nandito po ang social forces. A lot of people will define us in the way as they perceive us, right? It depends upon you as a social actor of how you are going to deal with this particular situation. The categories that we possess as individuals, labels that are ascribed or given to us individually and collectively, are the testament to the operation of these forces, which leave us unsuspecting of the intrusive and punitive implications in our lives. So again, it depends upon you if you will embrace or if you will accept everything that people said to you or that people defined as your existence or who you are in the first place. That is the concept of the social forces. Okay? People will comment, people will say something, but it's up to you if you will have to embrace those ideas or if you will just have to ignore those things and you continue your existence in this world. Our categories as male, female, rich or poor, tall or short, and even the problematic effect of the color of our skin are evidence of the operation of these social forces. Again, our categories as male and female, rich or poor, tall or short, and even the problematic effect of the color of our skin are evidence of the operation of the social forces. There is a gap. There is a big gap between these particular categories of our existence. Okay? So, there's a concept of the male and female. There's a gap between that, the rich and poor, the tall and short, and even the problematic effect of our skin. There's a big gap. There's a big comparison between that particular existence. So the moment na you already understood that merong social forces, now the goal of that particular social actor is to understand or to accept and to embrace the individuality or the uniqueness of somebody's existence. Like for example, when you face in the mirror, you have to think that this is the composition of myself and this is me after all. Okay? Do not compare yourself. Do not compare your physical feature to others. That's the concept of the social forces. Yan ang sinasabi ng social forces sa iyo. You have to see yourself as a unique individual or as a unique creation in order for you to live harmoniously as you go along with interaction as an actor of social interactions. Now let us define the concept sociality. When we speak of sociality, is defined by the very categories that we process, the categories assigned to us by society at large. These labels, so to speak, functions as tags with which our society read our worth and value. Clear sa inyong lahat? With which our society read our worth and value. Whether we like it or not, the people will say something to us. The people will have things to comment and to say something about us. Hindi, that's inevitable as I said previously. Okay? Meron talagang sasabihin ang tao towards your existence. Whatever you do, whatever your choices in your particular existence, people will say something to that particular decisions or with your existence in the very first place. Surprisingly, these categories that we possess are not natural. Okay, highlight natin yung salitang yon. These categories that we possess are not natural. Rather, they are constructed. So meaning to say, that's not innate within us. Okay? Everything that they said to us, everything that they defined us of who we are actually not natural. As what stated here, hindi po siya natural. Okay? It means to say, they are constructed. The social or the society constructed that particular idea towards you. So if you have to think it logically, why should I have to accept this particular idea if this is actually constructed by the society? Okay? So you have to think about that. So meaning to say, the point of the social forces in connection with sociality is that telling to us that what people might say to your existence are not actually correct or are not actually acceptable all the time. It's up to you if you have to accept that particular idea. Do you get my point? So that's the point of social forces and sociality. Our genders, for example, mirror the way our culture reads us as a member of society. Even before we see the first light of day, our world is already being organized by society. As boys or girls, we have been assigned appropriate colors, toys, clothes, mannerisms, etiquette, careers to pursue, and choice of mate. Take note of the statement, even we see the first light of the day, our world already being organized by society. So, before kang ipinanganak, before kang dumating sa mundo, meron na pong set up ang society. Okay? Sinasabi dito, boys or girls, lalaki at saka babae, we have been assigned to appropriate colors. Diba? This is observable in the society. If you are a boy, you should have to choose color na mga dark, like for example, blue, brown, or black, something like that. If you are a girl also, you have that particular color, mga pink, yellow, light colors. That's how the society organize you before ka pang ipinanganak sa mundo. That's reality. Okay? Or everything about your life, okay, or everything na may encounter mo sa buhay, society already organized that particular things. So, kailangan, you have to, what? You have to understand yourself, no? That there is diversity also, and there is changes in the progress of the society or in the movement of the people. You have to think in your mind right now, while watching this particular video, you have to think that there is changes in the society, that the old notion before might not be applicable in our society today. So that's what you need to think while watching this particular video. Okay? In short, the totality of our sociality have already been constructed for us. Again, in short, the totality of our sociality have already been constructed for us. Ito ang pinakamahirap na reality ng mundo, because hindi ka pa ipinanganak, meron ng set up ang society para sa iyo, which is actually wrong to imagine and to think. Okay? Pero dahil ito ang reality, now the goal of certain existence or the goal of certain individual, once you cross or once you go against the flow of water, for example, the goal is what? To understand oneself in order for you to go of whatever direction you want to accomplish in your journey. Okay? It doesn't mean na ito yung majority, tama na sila. It doesn't mean that people were practicing this particular long time ago, tama na sila. No! You have to analyze the situation. This is my choices. These are my preferences. Now, if you think that this is wrong, you have to consult myself first, because I know myself better than you. Okay? Things like that you have to consider while watching this particular video. Now let's go to social map. The constellation of these forces characterize social actors' social maps, which in turn determine the set of opportunities and life chances they can expect in life. Okay, social map refers to a person's specific economic and political location. The assumption here is that persons coordinates in his or her social map determine his or her enduring opportunities and limitations in life. So, highlight natin itong mga statement na nandito, mabibigat na line. Like for example, sa first paragraph, sinabi dito, which in turn determine the set of opportunities and life chances they can expect in life. In connection to the second paragraph, let's observe. Persons coordinates in his or her social map determine his or her enduring opportunities and limitations in life. So accordingly, pag sinabi natin social map, according to the statement, okay, based from the line, sinasabi, kung pinanganak kang mahirap, Okay, both of your mother and your father, mahirap. Ang buong pamilya ninyo, your clan, lahat ng members ng family hindi professional. Now, in the concept of social map, nagkaroon ng limitations. Meaning to say, from the definition itself, sinasabi, hanggang dyan lang ang kaya mong marating because the situation of your family is ganyan lang din yung level. Okay? So, yun ang sinasabi ng social map. Umiikot ang buhay mo sa mapa na kung saan ka ipinanganak or kung ano ang klase ng mapa na meron ang iyong family according to the definition. Kasi sinasabi dito, persons coordinates his or her social map determines his or her enduring opportunities and limitations in life. But later on, let's understand ano ang ibig sabihin ng social map in connection with social forces and in connection also on our third word, which is the sociological imagination. Social maps, therefore, lack out any possibilities of mobility. Highlight natin yung word na lock out any possibilities of social mobility. So, nalilimit ang sarili mo because that's how people defined you. Okay? Again, balik ko yung example, mahirap lang kayo, so ito lang ang kaya mong ma-achieve at ito lang ang kaya mong magawa sa buhay mo. Now, you think if that is correct. Now, you think if that statement can be validated as your existence will be progressive in this particular manner. However, Charles Wright Mills in 1959, an American social critic, argued that individuals can still transcend the limitations posed by the respective social locations. Okay, now, ito yung highlight. From that particular sociologist, Charles Wright Mills in 1959, sinabi niya, individuals can still transcend the limitations posed by their social or by their respective social locations. So meaning to say, from the word transcend the limitations, ibig sabihin, according to Charles Wright Mills, everybody has the power to go away from that situation. Everybody has the opportunity to improve in life and to achieve the quality life. Okay? Kung mahirap ang situation nyo, kung mga parents mo ay hindi professionals at lahat ng members ng inyong family ay hindi nakapag-aral, now, in your time, you have the power actually to change that particular setup of your social map. Do you get my point? So, na-break ni Charles Wright Mills ang idea na yan because according to social map, diyan ka lang iikot. Ang opportunities mo is maglilimit sa iyong social map. But according to Charles Wright Mills, anybody can transcend the limitations posed by the respective social locations. So what is social location? Social location is defined as the combination of factors including the gender, race, social class, age, ability, religion, sexual orientation, and geographical location. So ito yung mga factors na pwede nating baguhin sa ating mismong generation. Again, anybody has the power to change the kind of social map you have na kung ano man yung nakagisnan mong buhay, you have the power to change that particular life of whatever things na kaya mong gawin by that particular situation. This makes social location particular to each individual. That is, social location is not always exactly the same for any two individuals. Okay, highlight ito yung word. That is, social location is not always exactly the same for any two individuals. Ang nangyari sa buhay mo, hindi guaranteed na mangyayari sa buhay ko. Yan ang ibig sabihin ni Charles Wright Mills. Ang buhay mo ay hindi pwedeng mangyari sa akin or pwedeng mangyari sa akin or pwedeng hindi rin mangyari sa akin. So, it's not a guaranteed na nangyari sa kanya, pwede rin mangyari sa iyo. That's the point of Charles Wright Mills. They can do this by imagining the intersections of their life situations or individual biographies and the events of their societies or history. Highlight natin yung sinasabi niyang imagining the intersections. Ito yung pagpasok or ito yung the discovery of the idea ng sociological imaginations. The state of mind which Mills terms sociological imagination allows social actors to discern opportunities where there is none by converting their personal troubles into public issues. Okay? Sociologist Charles Wright Mills wrote the definitive book about it, defines sociological imagination as the vivid awareness of the relationship between experience and the wider society. Okay, highlight ito yung salitang vivid awareness of the relationship between experience and the wider society. So pag nakita mo, for example, in today's generation, there is already social media. You could always see na may mga mahihirap na family or may mga mahihirap na tao galing sa mga indigenous people or mga tribes na for the first time sa kanilang family, merong naging professional, for example. So you can be influenced by that particular situation. Ito yung sinasabi niya na vivid awareness of the relationship between experience and the wider society. Okay? The sociological imagination is the ability to see things socially and how they interact and influence each other. To have a sociological imagination, a person must be able to pull away from the situation and think from an alternative point of view. So meaning to say, pull away, umalis ka sa sitwasyon na yan, get away from that situation, make your own journey and make your own history as you live in this world. Baguhin mo, you transform. Kung anong sinabi ng tao, baguhin mo, gawin mong the best version of yourself. And that's basically the most important thing as we live our journey in this world. Connected to these ideas, Mills emphasized the importance of seeing the connections between social structure and individual experience and agency. So as I gave you the example, let's reflect on the happenings of the society. Yung mga successful people who are sharing their lives in social media, for example, gawin natin silang reason or basis for us also to achieve our goals in life. Whatever it is na pinangarap natin, diyan tayo huhugot ng idea na it is really achievable for us to transform our situation in life. When successfully done, this makes people navigate to the social world with much more ease as they have these intersection points as opportunity makers. So meaning to say, if we have to understand the relationship of the three things, ngayon na naintindihan nyo na ang konsepto, bigyan ko kayo ng simple logic in understanding these three words altogether. Okay, the first thing is, merong social forces. As I defined to you a while ago, may social forces. Meaning to say, the society has definition to your existence. Okay? Gagawa sila ng opinion or ng point of view as they perceive your worth and value sa existence mo. Correct? So, ikaw tong nasa center. Ikaw yung social map. This is your social map, for example. You're at the center. Pinalibutan ka ng social forces as I define kung anong ibig sabihin. Correct? Okay, ikaw to, and then pinalibutan ka ng social forces. Now, the best thing that you need to do is to understand yourself kung ano yung meron ka at kung ano yung goal mo sa life. Okay? Again, according to Charles Wright Mills, meron kang opportunity to get away from that social forces. So how are you going to do it? Ikaw tong nasa center, social force, gusto mong baguhin, pero nakapalibot sa iyo ang social forces. Now, the best thing that you need to do is to think in a wider spectrum. Meaning to say, you have to see other people na naging successful sa kanilang buhay. Okay, what are the strategies na in-apply nila sa kanilang sarili? I-apply mo sa iyong sarili. And surely, you can transform the life that you have here in the world. So that's basically the point. In the application of the social forces, in in connection to your social map and in the application of sociological imagination. I hope you learned something from this video, and I hope that you will share this video to your friends and to anybody else na you think nangangailangan ng video na ito. At sana po patuloy niyong suportahan ang Sir Job TV, because asahan niyo po that Sir Job TV will continue to give you a lot of meaningful discussion in social sciences and related disciplines with this particular YouTube channel. I hope that you are in a good condition right now with your family. Let's keep praying that we could be able to surmount this particular pandemic. See you again for the next video. Bye bye.